Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the North Broward Preparatory School here in Coconut Creek, Florida for tonight's contest between the St. John Neumann Celtics and the North Broward Eagles. Hi everybody, Sam Gelfand here, so excited to welcome you to this one. We've got a treat for you tonight. The number 2 team in Florida Class 1A versus the number 3 team in Class 3A. This promises to shape up to be an excellent contest. Now, right now, the managers are meeting with the umpires as we speak, once I find the right button to hit here on my little mixer. So we'll be back with starting lineups and national anthems in just a little bit. But before that, let me just tell you that right now, St. John Neumann 10-7, but they haven't won a game in the past week. They've had a real rough streak of it, but they have been doing a lot of travel against a lot of really good teams. North Broward in the opposite boat right now, 13-5. They have won 5 games in a row. In fact, they've had a couple of Mercy Rule wins in just the last week. One is riding high, one is trying to figure out how to take off. We'll see how this one shakes out because really, there's so much talent between both of these teams, it could go either way. Stick around, we'll be back after this.
First introducing the Celtics. Batting first, playing left field, number 8, Gus Fusco. Batting second, playing second, number 12, Logan Moreno. Batting third, playing third, number 5, Cole Trowers. Batting fourth, playing shortstop, number 1, Nick Frontino. Batting fifth, playing catcher, number 15, Bo Rury. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 24, Darian Kester. Batting seventh, playing right field, number 7, Peyton Frontino. Batting eighth, playing first, number 6, Jack Rexwinkle. Batting ninth, playing center field, number 3, Obi Oslilo. And the pitcher, number 9, Jackson Clark, and the rest of the Celtics. And now introducing your NBP Eagles.
Founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
Batting first, playing shortstop, number 2, Kieran O'Neill. Batting second, playing second, number 10, Adrian Rodriguez. Batting third, playing left field, number 3, Max Burkholz. Batting fourth, playing first, number 34, Josiah Haslow. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 19, Campbell Harrison. Batting sixth, playing out center field, number 8, Anthony Mestre. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 44, Julian Rodriguez. Batting eighth, playing right field, number 13, Adolfo Camacho. Batting ninth, playing third, number 5, Alex Smith. And the pitcher, number 23, Logan Bristol. And the rest of your Eagles. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps for our performance of the national anthem.
It's game time in Coconut Creek. Hi, everybody. Sam Gelfand here, welcoming you to this broadcast between the North Broward Eagles and the St. John Neumann Celtics. We're going to have a pitcher's duel on the mound tonight for sure. Starting things off for North Broward, Logan Bristol, who according to Prep Baseball Report is the number 12 sophomore prospect in the entire Sunshine State. 6'2", 192 pounds. He's got a fastball that tops out at 92 miles an hour. A changeup at 83, a slider at 78, and a slow, lazy curve all the way down to 66. Of course, we got a radar here now, so we can actually take a look and fact-check all that ourselves, but I'm telling you, that is definitely accurate. Now, it's not to say that the Celtics are slouches at the plate. They can certainly hit. They have a number of D1 commits at the plate and on the mound for them. Which is why this contest is proving, in fact, promising to be so much fun. The Celtics coming here all the way from Naples, Florida, crossing Alligator Alley to be here tonight. Looks like Bristol is starting to get close to finishing his warm-up pitches. I kind of have to talk over this anyway, because if I don't and I let the music play for too long, then the video gets claimed on YouTube, and we don't want that, now do we? Bristol's such an imposing presence on the mound, and we'll have to see if that affects the Celtics in any way. Final warm-up pitch coming. Sails in at 91, according to the radar, so indeed, Bristol living up to the hype. Leading off for the St. John Neumann Celtics is Gus Fusco. Fusco batting .346 this season, 9 hits, 6 walks, 6 strikeouts. Now, a quick disclaimer is that the stats for the Celtics are actually incomplete. There's only stats available for 10 of their 17 games. So, all discussions of their statistics will be in the speculative tense tonight. Looks like Bristol wants a new ball before we're underway. First pitch a strike at 92 miles an hour. And Bristol sets the tone. Bristol goes golfing, and manager Brian Campbell asked, why do you have to check that? He took a full hack. It was an awkward swing. Best get a second opinion. And with 3 pitches up to 93 miles an hour, Logan Bristol sends the first batter of the night packing.
Now batting number 12, Logan Barreto.
Would you expect anything less from Bristol? That brings up Logan Barreto, who is a D1 commit to Jacksonville University. I'll give you 3 guesses where that university is. And he hits one on the line into left field, and the Celtics have themselves their first base runner. Easy to see why he's going D1. And now here's the third baseman, Cole Travers. Bristol checks the runner at first. Lazy curve in there for ball 1. Good eye from Travers to lay off a pitch like that. Bristol finds a sign he likes. And the fastball is hit on the ground to O'Neill, who doesn't have time to get the runner at second, but he does get the runner at first. Now there's 2 outs to the runner on second.
Now batting number 1, Nick Frontino.
The old 6-3 moves the runner, and that'll bring up the most dangerous hitter for St. John Neumann. Not only a commit to Mississippi State, but according to Perfect Game, the number 436 prospect in the entire country. First pitch drops in for a strike. Of course, Bristol's on that list somewhere too, so he can't feel too intimidated. If you are a pitcher in a scenario like this, you just got to think of whoever's at bat as just another batter. Good eye from Frontino. It's 1-1. Frontino settling in all the way at the back of the box. Bristol working at his own pace, and clearly it pays off, a 77-mile-an-hour curve as Frontino rethinking things. The possible payoff pitch in the dirt at 92. And Bristol continues to deal balls of fire out there. If you're used to watching Major League Baseball, that may seem a bit pedestrian, but for a sophomore, that's the 99th percentile. Runner thinks of taking off. Frontino hits a pop-up towards the left side of the field, and O'Neill brings it down. We are out of the top of the first. A base runner, but nothing more than that for the Celtics, and now North Broward hopes to get on the board in the bottom of the first. On the mound tonight for the St. John Neumann Celtics is Jackson Clark, a commit to the U.S. Naval Academy, hoping to be a midshipman. He has a fastball up to 90 miles an hour. And he also has a very similar build to Logan Bristol, so perhaps North Broward getting a taste of their own medicine for the first time this season. At least the first time in a good while. O'Neill settles in to start things off for the Eagles. Here's Clark. And O'Neill takes the first pitch he sees in a center field. Under it is Osceola, but it's off his glove. That's an E8 taking O'Neill all the way to second.
Now batting number 10, Adrian Rodriguez.
O'Neill wastes no time getting right down to business, and that brings up Adrian Rodriguez, who is on a serious hot streak. Rodriguez currently batting .294 with a runner on second. Breaking ball down to 74 gets Rodriguez to swing and whiff. It's so cool having this little pocket radar now. Sadly, there's no way to display those numbers on the screen for you, but at least I can report them. Clark deals, it's outside. The first thing I always notice when watching Rodriguez bat is just how low he gets to minimize his strike zone, make it harder for pitchers to give him anything that won't send him on base. The lazy curves will keep him in the batter's box. Rodriguez down 1-2. And he fouls one off to stay alive. That pitch coming in at 87. North Broward has proven that they have the ability to hit fast pitchers this season. Perhaps that's why Clark keeps going to the curve. Rodriguez on the ground, through the hole next to the third baseman, and O'Neill will hold up at third. It's a single for Rodriguez. Now there's
number 3, Max Purple.
Now there's runners at first and third for perhaps the biggest hitter in North Broward, at least the one with the most hits. Max Burkle's chasing the single-season batting average record. Peruses to the platter with a .535 average. Lays off the breaking ball, but it is a strike. Can you imagine that? .535 batting average, an on-base percentage of .688. Got to be one of the highest in the state, if not the country. Burkles fouls it off. But he's in the hole 0-2. Still no outs, though, and still 2 on. And if Burkles can't get the job done, Haslam's due up, and Clark will still be in some trouble. Runner goes, pops out of the glove, and O'Neill comes right home. North Broward gets on the board first. It is 1-0. A successful double steal sends Rodriguez to second, and O'Neill all the way home. Now it's 1-2. Burkles can't hold off, and he goes back to the dugout.
Now batting, number 34, Josiah Haslam.
And here comes big bad Josiah Haslam. One of the biggest power hitters in Florida. He's had a little bit of trouble over the last few games. He hasn't been quite as hot as he was in the first half of the season. But a dormant Haslam is still more dangerous than most other hitters. He's batting .364 coming into this one. Looked like he was waiting on it. Perhaps he waited a little too long. Clark's got a PitchCom system out there. That's what he keeps tapping on his wrist. Haslam lines it down the third base side. That is just foul. Haslam has 16 hits, 14 walks, and 13 strikeouts on the season. Perhaps more notably, in those 16 hits, 19 RBIs. Here comes the 1-2. Haslam holds off, gets away from the catcher. Runner does not go. This at-bat continues. The wind is blowing directly in and slightly towards left field, which means that discourages most chances of seeing a home run today. If anyone can do it, that would be Haslam. He lays off, and we're at a full count. Here's the payoff pitch. A curveball hit high up into the air, into the infield. Charging in, coming way in, all the way is Barada for the out. And that's what that wind blowing in can do to a game like this. I mean, he had to come all the way from the edge of the infield into the third base path. He had to come all the way into the base paths for that one. That's an F4 on your scorecard, but that betrays the reality of it. First pitch taken for a strike by Campbell Harrison, the designated hitter. He had a huge game yesterday. Had his first hit of the season, his first 2 RBIs of the season, a sac fly on top of that. A little too high. Stark shadows on the field right now as the sun starts to set. The 1-1. Well in the dirt, Harrison signaling, hey, don't go. So cool that PitchCom has made its way down to high school ball as well. That is a lazy curve. Sort of like how calling a pitch filthy is a compliment in baseball. Calling a curve lazy is the only time that lazy can be used as a compliment. Two outs to Harrison. Swing and a miss, and Clark retires 2 to end the inning. Clark racks up his 27th and 28th strikeouts of the season, at least that we know of. And we head to the second. Pitching remains the strong suit for North Broward this season. A 1.77 ERA as a team, plus a 1.44 whip. And that strike-to-walk ratio continues to climb ever higher, going from about 110 a little earlier in the season up to 178. An opposing batting average of just .211. It says a lot when you can make all your opponents bat at the Mendoza line. As Bo Rory starts off the second by watching a ball go by. Bristol at 90. Still a little too far outside the zone for the umpire's liking. Remember, it's not about where you place the pitch for the actual strike zone. It's about where the umpire wants that zone to be. There's no debate there. That is a clean swing and a miss. The team may have an opposing batting average of .211, but for Bristol, an opposing batting average of 186. As he finds the trapdoor at the bottom of the zone, and it's 2-2. He's been borderline unhittable this whole season. Of course, we did see a hit in the first inning, so hence the term borderline. 93 miles an hour, that fastball, but it Escapes Rodriguez's glove, and we've got a full count. Rodriguez is quite solid defensively out there, but you got to remember, with pitches like this, find any high school catcher, they're all going to struggle out there. The pitch to Rory is fouled off. Rory, in the stats we have, is batting .192. 5 hits, 8 walks, 10 strikeouts. Tapped on the ground, back to Rodriguez. Easy throw to Haslam, and that's one down.
Now at number 24, Darian Kester.
That'll bring up Darian Kester, the designated hitter, batting .179 allegedly. Fastball in at 90 for a ball. Bristol still throwing gas. But the problem is, the harder you throw, the harder it is to locate the zone. Doesn't take much off of that one as O'Neill charges in, throws over to Haslam, and we've got 2 down.
Now down number 7, Peyton Frontino.
A 4-3 and a 6-3 bring up Peyton Frontino, the brother of Nick Frontino at short. Peyton playing right field tonight. Two golf swings in a row, and someone's got to remind him that he's playing baseball out there. Peyton, actually, more of a football player. He's a quarterback for St. John Neumann, and was for St. Ignatius in Cleveland earlier, which is a really high-class program. Both Frontino brothers moved here a year or so ago from Cleveland, Ohio. Both went to St. Ignatius, which is a dynamite athletic program up there. Bristol paints the corners and sends Frontino packing. Two strikeouts on the night for him so far, and Bristol keeps humming. We head to the bottom of the second after this. North Broward hoping to add on. St. John Neumann, no slouches on the mound themselves. A team ERA of .237, at least in the 10 of 17 games we're able to find stats for. A .118 whip, which is even lower than North Broward. But if you want to be impressed, look at that strikeout to walk ratio, 273. That is fairly unreal. Clark now deals to Mestre. And the curve is a little too short. Tries the fastball, that misses low as well. Mestre batting .224. 7 RBIs and 13 hits on the season so far. Mestre back to the shortstop. And Frontino throws it over to first. That's one down.
Now batting, number 44, Julian Rodriguez.
Here's the other Rodriguez brother. Rodriguez, a sophomore. There are 3 sophomores, 2 juniors, and 4 seniors in the starting lineup for North Broward tonight. Curve misses low and outside. Rodriguez went 0 for 2 last game with a walk, a hit by pitch, left 2 on base. Getting a little bit closer to the zone now, but still not quite there is Clark. Fastball too far inside now, and it's 3-0. In a scenario like this, most coaches will tell you just keep that bat on your shoulder till you get a strike. 84, and Rodriguez not happy about that call. And the PA announcer's confused as well. Take a look why. Take a look at the pitch for yourself. That looks like a strike to me, but it is close. And now a 3-0 count has turned to a 3-2 count. Clark deals. And it's sent right into the backstop by Rodriguez. This being Julian Rodriguez. The wind picking up. And anyone's going to tell you that Rodriguez wins that battle. That brings up Camacho, and it looks like we got a pinch runner.
13, Camacho.
Rodrigo Lithgow will settle on first base in place of Rodriguez. I've got to keep talking over this one because Camacho's walk-up song got me a copyright strike in the last game, so let's make sure that YouTube doesn't detect what his song is. Now there's a runner on first with 1 out for Camacho. Runner goes, and Lithgow is safe. Loses the helmet, but does not lose the race to second. Lithgow is so speedy out there. Watches the curve drop in for a strike. I mean, Clark's thrown that curve a lot, but if you got a curve that looks like that, why not? I mean, it's an effective weapon. It's been getting strikes all night. If all night counts as the bottom of the second. Camacho fouls it off. So gets good aluminum on it. The wind's still blowing hard and still blowing in. Here's Clark. Fouled off to the exact same place by Camacho. Continuing to keep this at-bat alive for now. Clark wants to end it right here and now. Handcuffs Camacho and sends him back to the bench.
Now batting, number 5, Alex Smith.
An impressive fastball right at the hands, and I mean, there's nothing Camacho can do about that. Even if he makes contact, that's hitting the barrel of the bat. Excuse me, the handle of the bat. Now here's Smith with 2 outs and a runner on second. Smith batting .158 this season. Fastball misses high and outside. That 158 batting average, betraying a 273 on base percentage and a 316 slugging percentage. Generally, if each number in the slash line gets larger as it goes on, that's a good sign. Lithgow not taking too large of a lead on second. And Clark able to bear down and get a strike. Here comes the 2-1. 85 at the hands, and Smith avoids getting shaved. Hitters count now. North Broward bench coming alive as Smith fouls it straight back, and there's a full count. Clark has 3 strikeouts on the night already. Just leaving some foreshadowing there. But Smith works a walk, and we head back to the top of the order.
Now batting, number 2, Kieran O'Neill.
O'Neill reached second on an E8, first time up, later scored. He's a commit to the University of Central Florida as he steps back from the first pitch he sees. O'Neill, an all-district player last year, named the 3A12 Hitter of the Year. O'Neill tries to sell that being inside, but the ump isn't fooled. O'Neill, of course, a senior. Tomorrow is senior night here at North Broward. They're taking on Everglades. O'Neill lays off the pitch at 83 miles an hour. It's 1-2. O'Neill has walked 9 times this season, struck out 11. But he does not want to leave 2 on. 1-0 is a very slim lead. Too close for comfort. Fastball misses high, and this one keeps going. Wind starting to shift a little bit, more now blowing a little closer to left field. Fastball is low, and it's a full count. If that wind shifts, that will shift the dynamic of this game. Here's Clark. Runners take off, it's fouled off. That's the right time for a hit and run when you got a full count and 2 outs. Instead, it's just calisthenics for Smith and Lithgow. Full count, 2 outs, runners take off again, and another foul ball. Clark increasing his velocity here, went from 87 to 89 on the fastball. O'Neal lays off, and the bases are loaded for Burkles. Excuse me, Rodriguez. Burkles batting third. He usually bats second.
Number 10, Adrian Rodriguez.
What a big at-bat for O'Neal. And a lot of pressure for Rodriguez now. Lays off the first one he sees. Singled his first at-bat. And it looks like we've got a pitching coach coming out. They'll call time. Now, the biggest factor for St. John Neumann right now is the fact that they are probably as tired as anything. They have been on the road since March 8th. They have traveled 1,996 miles. They're based out of Naples. First, they went all the way to the Florida Panhandle, played 3 games in Mississippi, then came all the way back, played 3 games in Jacksonville. Last night, they were in Venice, out near Sarasota, and now they are here in Coconut Creek. You have to imagine that, well, I don't know if there's such thing as bus lag. There's certainly jet lag, but if bus lag is a thing, the Celtics have to be feeling it. Now, the big question is, and I was talking to manager Brian Campbell about it, how do you take advantage of something like that? What can you do strategically to take advantage of a tired team? Well, really the only thing you can do is work longer at bats. Rodriguez with a big hack and nothing to show for it. Here's the 1-1. Popped straight up, possibly into the infield. Barada and Rexwinkle calling for it, but Rexwinkle's the one who brings it down. And the Celtics escape a jam. Bases loaded, but no one scores. That'll take us to the third. North Broward riding high right now. Their last game coming 2 days ago. North Broward won 13-3. They got 10 hits, did not strike out once. Not only the 5th straight win for North Broward, but their 3rd Mercy Rule win in 2 weeks. It is all coming up Eagles right now as Bristol bears down. And that's a funny bounce to Jack Rexwinkle, who got the last out of the previous inning. I believe that's a ball. The scoreboard is currently out, and the ump didn't signal either way. So we take a guess. Bristol still throwing gas out there. Takes a little off, throws the breaking ball, and finds the zone. 2-1 now. I'm not sure the scoreboard knows what game it is. And Rexwinkle pops one up towards center field. Coming in is Mestre, but it's Burkles who ultimately brings it down. One out now for Bristol. Bringing up Osceola. O.B. Osceola's got to be on the all-name team from what North Broward's faced this season. Bristol still scraping the upper 80s. We've seen him hit 93 so far tonight. That exceeds his previous posted high of 92. Each of these games, I got to redo all my graphics. That one's at 90, and a strike to boot. Here's the 2-1. Popped up by Osceola, right side. Haslam watches it just barely leave the yard. Osceola batting .226 in the 10 of 17 games they have stats for. 7 hits, 7 walks, 13 strikeouts. And he doesn't add another one there. At least not yet. 3-2 the count now. And the Celtics are making Bristol work for everything. It's straight into center field. Mestre out there calling for it, bringing it down. And speaking of the all-name team for this season for North Broward, Gus Fusco's got to be up there. I don't know if I've ever heard a name better suited for a henchman. Also, Gus, just kind of a fun name to say in general. Good to have a fun name. That is fouled right off of Fusco's foot. Oh and 2, 2 outs, and Bristol has Fusco right where he wants him. Another strikeout for Bristol. Get used to it. You're going to see more where that came from. We'll be back with the bottom of the third. North Broward is really coming together at the plate as well this season. Just a few games ago, their batting average was down towards 200. Now it's up to 253. 253, a 388 on base percentage. That's the kind of stuff that's going to bring you a couple of Mercy Rule wins. As Burkle starts us off in the third. Burkles lays down the bunt. It is perfectly placed. A throw across the diamond does not get there in time, and Burkles lays down a bunt for a hit. I mean, that was as perfect comes.
Now batting, number 34, Josiah Haslam.
That was the platonic ideal of a bunt for a hit. There's a classics professor somewhere out there who's very happy with me. Haslam popped up to second his first time up. Now he's got a runner on first to work with. Pickoff attempt does not get Burkles. He has stolen 3 bases this year. He did steal one last game against Coral Glades. And Haslam skies one deep to center field. Back is Osceola at the track, and he brings it down. Runner can't advance either. With a favorable breeze that would have had a better chance at being exciting.
Now batting, number 19, Campbell Harrison.
Haslam now 0 for 2 uncharacteristically, and that brings up Harrison, who struck out his first time up. Clark opts for another pickoff move. Dugout chanting soup. You know, the dugout chanting soup would have a very different context if we were not at a baseball game. Wind blowing back towards home plate. And the fastball misses low again. I still think every single athlete who has ever been named Campbell has probably been called Soup at one point or another. Three fastballs, three in the dirt, and Harrison still laying off of him. Now, if you're Harrison, you're probably thinking that you're going to see a breaking ball here, which in my opinion is exactly why Clark should throw another fastball. That's ball 4. Harrison doesn't realize it. There he goes. Happens to the best of us.
Now batting, number 8, Anthony Mestre.
Now here's Mestre. Grounded out to short his first time up. Now he's got one out and 2 runners on. Curveball at 76. Mestre lays off of it. Sort of like the younger Frontino, Mestre, a football standout. A comebacker right up the middle, and no one's getting to that. Runner waved around. He's coming home. Burkle scores. It's 2-0 North Broward.
Now batting, number 44, Julian Rodriguez.
An RBI single for Mestre. And Rodriguez lays off the first one he sees. Rodriguez walked his first time up, then Lithgow pinch ran for him, stole a base. No way Rodriguez is catching up to that, and now he's in a hole 0-2. Scoreboard seems to only be able to display the numbers 1 and 0 right now. Rodriguez takes a mighty hack, gets nothing to show for it. And here comes the song that got my video muted again.
Now batting, number 13, Adolfo Camacho.
Camacho also struck out his first time up. But he's had a few dynamite games, and he's hoping to continue that. Goes fishing his first attempt, though. Camacho, 6'3", 200 pounds. A real power hitter's build. He has hit a home run so far this year. This time, grounded down the line, foul. And once again, it's an 0-2 count. Camacho batting .273 right now with 9 hits, 7 walks, and 18 strikeouts. Here comes Clark. And Camacho hits one straight into center field. No one's getting to that. And North Broward's going to score again. Harrison comes round. Mestre to third, and Camacho stays hot enough to achieve fusion.
Now batting, number 5, Alex Smith.
That is RBI number 10 for Camacho on the season. And Smith, who is really improving his eye as the season has gone on, watches the first pitch go by for a ball. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Gets away from the catcher, no throw, and Camacho is stolen second. (2-0) now. It's not often that North Broward plays a team smaller than them. Typically they're punching up. This might be the only time they really get the chance to. The Celtics, a 1A team, the smallest classification outside of rural. North Broward 3A, which is on the smaller scale, considering Florida goes up to 8A. Smith works his second walk of the night. He is still yet to have an official at-bat. That'll bring up O'Neill with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Stop me if you've heard that one before. He is batter number 8 of the inning. In the dirt, O'Neill says, hey, come on home. And Mestre does. He unlocks that door, and it's 4-0. Now 2 runners in scoring position. The 1-0 gets away again, but this time O'Neill says, hey, stay right where you are. Another in the dirt, and Clark might be losing control here. A 4-pitch walk, and the bases are once again loaded. And Clark looks frustrated out there.
Now batting, number 10, Adrian Rodriguez.
At this point, you kind of just got to throw whatever in the zone. Don't worry about velocity. Don't worry about break. In fact, Clark looking to the dugout, wondering why. Looks like he was wondering why no one's come out to talk to him. Well, here's Rodriguez, batter number 9 of the inning. And he takes his first strike. Another beautiful Florida sunset starting to form. And that hits Rodriguez in the back. That will bring home the 5th run of the game. Camacho comes on home.
Now batting, number 3, Max Burkle.
Even the umpire looking over to the St. John Neumann bench saying, hey, you gonna come talk to him? Apparently not. Now it's Burkle's batter number 10. I think this is the third game in a row where North Broward has batted around in an inning. Burkle loses his balance. Forget about a home run swing. He was trying to send that one into the next county. The 1-1 makes it a 2-1. Took something off of it and missed inside. The strike just a little too low and outside. Three and 1 count now. Another walk brings another run home. 6-0 in North Broward. All they have to do is plant their bat on their shoulder.
Now batting, number 34, Josiah Haslam.
Now we're getting a mound visit. And Clark is certainly in trouble out there. We've got someone coming out, so is this the end of his night? Or do the Celtics trust him to finish this one out? He's shaking his head. Obviously too far for me to read any lips out here. But he clearly looks discouraged. North Broward has seen 10 batters in this third inning. 5 of them have scored. And Clark stays in. Haslam will step up to bat. It looks like there was some sort of substitution, but it's not on the mound. I believe Gallegos is now on first base for St. John Neumann. Perhaps a Rexwinkle can warm up. First pitch way inside. Haslam has to get out of the way. Here comes the wind again. Still blowing towards home plate. Nature conspiring against another Haslam homer. Overthrowing now is Clark. When Yogi Berra said that 90% of the game is half mental, he knew what he was talking about. There really is, especially in high school, no greater factor as Haslam fouls it straight back. It's all about psychology here. It's all about keeping your head in the game and making sure that you're pitching the same with a game like this as you are when you have a comfortable lead. 76-mile-an-hour curve misses the zone. It's 3-1. Haslam fouls it off, and it's a 3-2 count now. Clark's best chance of getting out of the inning that he's had in a good while. Runners go, and Haslam fouls it off again. Clark's fastball sitting around 86 right now. Taking a couple miles an hour off of it, but that's to be expected as we are deeper into the game. Haslam practically salivating right now. Misses low, and another run is walked home. 7-0 North Broward. Manager's coming out.
Number 19, Campbell Harrison.
Manager's coming back out. It looks like Clark's night is done. Just a little too much trouble. And we will step away as we find out who the new pitcher is. North Broward comfortably cruising to a 7-0 lead. 6 runs being scored in the third, almost all of them off of walks. Jack Rexwinkle, the new pitcher for the St. John Neumann Celtics, previously the first baseman. So indeed, Gallegos. Gavin Gallegos is the new first baseman. The final line for Jackson Clark in this one: 2 2/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 8 walks, 4 strikeouts, and a hit batsman. It was all going so well until he got 2 outs in the bottom of the third. 5 of those walks coming in third, including the hit batsman, in addition to the hit batsman. Now here's Soup. Still bases loaded, still 2 outs. Rexwinkle throwing a frisbee, that's a strike. No one will go. Rexwinkle, in all the stats available to us, has only pitched 1 1/3 innings this season, a 31.50 ERA. So let's just not read the rest of his stats. Yeah, he's throwing frisbees. That ball at 70 miles an hour. 0-2 now for Harrison. Goes for the heater at 80, but it misses outside. Of course, it can be difficult for a team to adapt to a slower throwing pitcher after a fireballer. And now there's a 2-2 count. Two in the dirt becomes a 3-2. Just misses. Another run walked home. And North Broward can still keep the bat on their shoulders. It's 8-0.
Now batting, number 8. Anthony Mestre.
I mean, it's like, you ever see that Bugs Bunny cartoon where all the batters are just walking in a row around the base paths? It's pretty much that right now. It's Rodriguez who just scored. Now it's Burkles on third, Haslam on second, Harrison on first. Mestre pops one up, right side. Coming over is Barada, who makes the catch. And finally, mercifully, St. John Neumann is out of the third. I don't know about you at home, but I love a good rare opponent. And you don't get much rarer than this. Our records go back to 2006, and as far as we can tell, this is the first time that North Broward has ever played St. John Neumann. How about that? You'd think that being in Naples would certainly contribute to that, but that's not always the case. North Broward plays teams from the other side of the state all the time. Bishop Verreau comes to mind. Just barely misses, does that pitch. Starting to get a little cool out here. The wind is still blowing. As there's a strike from Bristol, who is still on the mound. It's Logan Barada up to bat, who singled his first time up, the only hit that Neumann has so far. And that nearly takes him off his feet. That, I guess you could call a sweeper, 81 miles an hour. I don't know how that didn't hit him, but it didn't. Fastball at 89, just barely misses. Now it's a 3-1 count. Bristol all of a sudden has a very comfortable lead to work with. Not much reason to panic as Barada hits one to the right side of the infield, fielded cleanly by Rodriguez for the out. Now here's Cole Travers with 2 outs. Travers grounded out to short his last time up, fouled right back to the backstop. Travers batting .333, according to our limited records. Was that a foul ball or did it hit him? Let's take a look at the replay and find out. Travers isn't heading to first base. They're examining the bat. That was close. That was extremely close. That could have been off the very bottom of the handle, off the knob of the bat. It looks like that hit the knob of the bat. The umpires are talking it over right now. Of course, the sad thing is, they say it hit the knob. This at-bat continues. It's a foul ball. Of course, the sad thing is that even though we have replay capability, the umpires can't use it because it has to be adopted by the entire league. It's not fair if one team has replay capability, but all the others don't. So they had to reach that conclusion themselves, but we reached it through the magic of technology. And the breaking ball just misses. The 1-2. At 91, fouled off. Bristol clearly putting a little bit more on it, trying to get out of this at-bat. And the inning to boot. Breaking ball low. We keep on going. And this one hit to Rodriguez at second, who brings it down. That will end the fourth. The top of the fourth, anyway. Wait, 2 outs? Oh, yeah, that's 2 outs. Hey, guess what? I was filling out my scorecard in the wrong column. All right, that one's on me. As one modern philosopher once philosophized, everybody makes mistakes, everybody has those days. Fouled off by Frontino. That pitch up to 93. Frontino flew out to short his first time up. The Mississippi State commit lays off another. The 2-1. In the dirt, it's 3-1. If Bristol surrenders a walk, he doesn't have too much to worry about. After all, he's got an 8-run cushion. Here it comes. Gets Frontino to whiff. Now there's a full count. Here's Bristol. Outside corner results in a walk.
Now batting number 15, Bo Murray.
That is only St. John Newman's second base runner of the game. Here's the catcher, Rory. Gets away from Rodriguez. And Frontino can comfortably settle on second. And now this is not what North Broward wants to happen. The last thing they want to do is watch the pendulum of momentum swing away from them after such a dynamite third inning. Maybe dynamite's not the right word. It was a very slow explosion. Catches the zone for a strike. But the last thing the Eagles want to see is the air leave this diamond and see the Celtics start to put something together. Another pitch in the dirt. Of course, if the Celtics can take a step back, calm down for a moment, probably helps considering how much travel they've been doing. That's a strike. Pretty great to see that even this deep into the game, Bristol's still throwing 90. Here's the 2-2. Just barely high, and we've got another full count. Bristol hoping to get out of this inning. 91 miles an hour out of the hand of Bristol, and we head to the bottom of the fourth. The competency of the St. John Neumann Celtics has never been in doubt. Just take a look at all of those college commitments for St. John Neumann. Logan Barada going to Jacksonville, Jackson Clark, the Naval Academy, Nick Frontino, Mississippi State. Owen Vipers, who pitched last night, also going to Navy, and Presley Woodson, who we haven't seen, is heading to Florida State. So it just shows how much more impressive it is that North Broward's been able to put together a game like this. As Rodriguez takes the first ball, he walked his first time up, then struck out. Rex Winkle on the mound. Rodriguez thought about laying down a bunt, decided against it. Rodriguez actually pretty fast for a catcher. Of course, you have to put that asterisk on there as he swings and misses. You're not going to find many fast catchers, but Rodriguez does have at least above average speed. Not going to get a bunt attempt here, though. And Rodriguez wisely calls time. Not always about getting a moment to recover as much as it is trying to throw the pitcher off their game. And this time Rex Winkle answers by calling time himself. We're not going to get a pep talk, though. The 1-2 hit on the ground, past the third baseman, and into left field. Rodriguez is aboard. North Broward
now batting
is back on
13, Adolfo Camacho.
North Broward back on the base paths, and Lithgow is running for Rodriguez once again. Rex Winkle's frisbee misses at the knees. If North Broward happens to score a few more runs, this could be their third Mercy Rule win in a row. Their fourth in 2 weeks. Gets away from the catcher. There will be no throw, and Lithgow is back on second. Camacho had an RBI single last time up, later scored himself. Swinging for the fences, instead he finds the parking lot. Just kidding, there's no parking lot over there. Camacho hit right in the ribs. Doesn't rub any dirt on it, heads right to first.
Now batting, number 5, Alex Smith.
2 on and no out for Smith, who has walked twice today. Smith also walked twice last game and was hit by a pitch. In fact, in the past, between last game and this game, Smith has doubled his walk numbers on the season. Lays down a bunt. Rex Winkle fields it, throws over to first, and he gets the out, but the runners are moved.
Now batting, batting, number 2, Kieran O'Neill.
Now here's O'Neill. Two in scoring position as O'Neill fouls it off. O'Neill reached on an E8 and has walked twice. Off the handle of the bat. O'Neill didn't look too happy, probably thinking, hey, if I had moved my hands just a little bit, I could have been hit. Got a free path to first. But now he's in the hole. Rex Winkle deals. Well low. O'Neill pops it up, foul. O'Neill had a slow start to the season, but since the second half got underway, he has really been back to rare form. And O'Neill launches one into left, back to the warning track, to the wall, touch 'em all! NASA is tracking particulate matter diffusing through the upper atmosphere. SpaceX is confused, and North Broward takes an 11-0 lead.
Now batting, number 10, Adrian Rodriguez.
That is O'Neill's first home run of the season. And what a time to do it. Rodriguez skies one. Bringing it down, though, there is a collision out there. And hopefully everyone's okay.
Now batting, number 3, Max Burkles.
Everyone seems to be all right. Now there's 2 outs. And Burkles takes one right back up the middle, past the diving second baseman, and he is aboard. North Broward's not done yet.
Now batting, number 34, Josiah Haslam.
If you're trying to keep score at home, good luck. The hits coming in quick succession. The second of the night for Burkles. And Haslam is a 1-0 count. Make it 2-0. Lays off again, 3-0 count. I'm trying to keep score. My score sheet is an absolute mess. And Haslam takes one high, but that looks like it's going to be allowed out at the warning track. Charging in is Fusco to bring it down. And now we head to the 5th. Logan Bristol hoping to finish this one off for North Broward. Happy baseball opening day to those who celebrate. Hope you had a good one. Wish we had a scoreboard to show you what's going on around the league, but Why watch MLB when you can be right here watching some of the best high school competition in the country? It's also World Theater Day, National Paella Day if you're at a soccer game and you want someone to wing one up to you. And in case you were curious, today is not the 4th of July. Easy mistake to make. Logan Bristol is in the driver's seat and hoping to cruise to a comfortable victory. He's 3 outs away from it. Kester will start things off. Grounded out to short in his first and only at-bat so far tonight. And he still can't catch up to the Bristol fastball. Keep in mind the Celtics were shut out last night, and the last thing they want to do is be shut out 2 nights in a row. Bristol still throwing 90. Punch out, and there's still so much heat on this mound, you could call it a gas station.
Now bat number 7, Payne Frontino.
The other Frontino brother up now. And he takes a strike as well. He struck out looking his first at-bat. Nice curve, but no strike to show for it. Bristol is clearly feeling it. He's in a rhythm. He's locked in. Fouled off. Frontino hoping to avoid his second strikeout of the night. Takes a little off, and that is strikeout. I mean, it's hard to keep track at this point. Strikeout number 6 for Bristol. He went. That's strike 1. And the Celtics are down to their final out in this one. A frisbee of a curve. I think Bristol's just having some fun out there. Bristol still at 90. All these pitches in, and now the Celtics are down to their final strike. One more punch out for good measure, and that is all she wrote. A one-hit, one-walk game for Logan Bristol on the mound, who is just extraordinary out there. North Broward picks up their 3rd Mercy Rule win in a row, 11-0. They have won 6 straight. And if you want to look on the bright side, if you're St. John Neumann, this ends this merciless road trip. They will finally return home and have a chance inside familiar confines. Another performance from North Broward that basically defies belief, but would you expect anything less from this team? Currently one of the best in the entire country, much less the Sunshine State. Thank you so very much for joining us here on YouTube. My name is Sam Gelfand, and on behalf of everyone here at the North Broward Preparatory School and the Florida High School Athletic Association, have a very good night wherever you may be.